my last video, I mentioned I was postponing the second part of how to get a hard-to-stop horse to stop because I wanted to try another method. In this video, I was practicing that method, and it's called the one-rein stop method. And typically, you use the one-rein stops in situations where the horse takes off with you, and it does work in those situations. I have used it before because she took off with me. But the problem I see with this method is that after a few times of me asking her to whoa and turning her like that, she would start turning when I would ask for a whoa, and that's not what I want. I want her to actually stop, not just turn around. So this will stay being my emergency brakes. Right here, I was practicing her flex because I realized I do not do it often enough. And when you do the flex, you get more control over their head. And if you control the head, you control where they go and how they stop and everything like that. So what I was waiting for is for her to give me her head and stop fighting and be soft in the neck. And right there she was. So I went to the other side, and the left side was so much harder. She would turn around or back up trying to get away from the pressure instead of just giving in. So this one took a bit more time, and then finally she became soft enough, and I was like, all right, that's a good stopping point, so we'll end there.
on this side, girl. I don't need no barrel turns, girl.
As promised, here's the tutorial on how to lay your horse down. So I took also a lead, a lunge line. I put the lunge line around her hoof, not super tight, but not super loose. And I throw it over her back in a second. So after throwing it over, I will go underneath her, so it makes a loop around her body, and I will pick up her foot. So I picked her hoof up, and then I struggled to find the lunge line that was underneath her, but I picked her hoof up closer to her stomach than I usually do, but that's okay. You can do what you're comfortable with. And she automatically knew to go down, but you pull their head close to their shoulder so that they can't turn their body, and they just go back. And then you push on their hip, and she struggled there for a little bit, but then she laid down. Sorry, it went off camera. The next lay down is a lot better and it's in frame. But then you just always hold their head down the first few times they do it. Here, I trusted her enough to just hold it down with my foot. So I had my foot on the lead rope, and then I was just petting her and telling her easy and good girl. And eventually she started to go to sleep. But sometimes they won't. I brought peppermints this time because I know when she does get peppermints, she realizes it's not a death threat, it's a trick, and she has a reward afterwards. So she did a lot better these 2 times than she normally does. So here's the better example. I'm pushing on her shoulder just a little bit, and then she just laid over for me, and then I put my foot on the lead rope by the clip at this point because she's still a little antsy, she's not relaxed yet, and I'm grabbing a peppermint to tell her yes, that's a good job. So here's an example of why I put my foot on the lead rope, is because if she would have felt that her head was free, she would have got up at that exact moment. But since she felt my foot on the lead rope, she realized, oh, I still need to be down, and she didn't get up. So right here she got nervous about me putting my foot in front of her face, and she was gonna get up, and this is another reason why you want to hold their head down or have a foot on the lead rope so that they don't just automatically think, oh, I'm scared, let me get up. You make them stop to think, oh, okay, I'm fine, it was just a little movement, I can stay down, I'm not gonna get hurt. So what I'm doing right here is I'm desensitizing her to that movement that she was afraid of just a second ago. And she actually was really calm this time. I don't know why she flipped out the first time. So I just started moving my feet around. And you can see I relaxed the foot that's even on the lead rope. And she stays down. So I just relax and keep swaying and moving my feet around and just wait for her to have any type of reaction, which surprisingly she didn't. So I pet her and tell her good girl. My whole goal with teaching her to lay down is so I have a way to mount her bareback without jumping on top of her. So right here, I need to be able to get behind her head, and I threw the rope over her neck so that she still feels it there and knows, oh, I still need to lay down. And I held her face down while I was getting around her so that she didn't, spook and just get up, because last time she did that, she caught my foot and I landed on my bum.